And whenever you are ready, sir, you may begin.
Many of you might know why NFL players are protesting. To be specific, African American football players be protesting. The first player that started protesting was Colin Kaepernick, quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He's protesting because of the rights for African Americans and just human rights, because he thinks that they are being abused. How he's protesting is he's kneeling during every single national anthem before a football game. And as an American, I believe that that is very disrespectful to our flag and for what it stands for. If you would, please refer to your handout. That's Colin Kaepernick there. Kaepernick said he refused to stand during the national anthem on Friday because of his views on the country's treatment to racial minorities, as Wagner says in paragraph 1. I got that from ESPN. ESPN is a very good source for all of this because ESPN's been covering sports all around the world for a very long time. Kaepernick also says that I am not going to stand to show pride for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. 15 players have protested of week 12, and it's climbing every single week in the NFL, and also decreasing. It just depends. More players agree with Kaepernick, and a lot of players disagree. So it's kind of hard to get statistics on who is standing every week and who is not standing, because one player could be staying this week, and next week he won't be playing, or next week he won't be kneeling. So why do we show respect to the flag? We show respect to the flag because of our veterans and our military members that are fighting for our freedom. War veterans risk their lives to keep our freedom, and military members now still are risking their lives and their lives here at home with their families to defend our freedom. They had to do that for us. They didn't have to, but they did. And in grade school, I was always taught to stand and place my right hand on my heart and the other hand behind my back to show respect and stand while singing the national anthem or saying the pledge. The people fighting now also don't have to do that for us, but they choose to because America is where they love and what they love. So, in conclusion, NFL players are protesting, African American players are protesting for the thought of cops oppressing black people's rights, and the reason we stand is to show respect to our former veterans and to our military members now. And I believe that you should always stand and show respect for our flag and our nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And at this time, we will go ahead and ask any questions we might have of Mark, and Mark will be able to call upon who it is he would like to call upon. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and do so or raise them now.
So like, I mean, the NFL players are like showing or like currently protesting by like kneeling during the national anthem, and like I get the national anthems like to commemorate the troops and stuff like that. Do you think there's like a different way that they could like express their opinion than
Voicing their opinion in maybe press conferences afterwards? I mean, I don't know, I feel like the way they're protesting is there's a lot of different ways they could maybe protest towards that rather than kneeling during the national anthem. I don't know if that helps you. Zach?
So do you think that something should be done against them? Because I know this has been a big thing, and Trump said, I think that they should have their citizens taken away. So what do you think?
Well, a long time ago in like 1993 or something like that, there was a NBA player who kneeled during the national anthem, and their coach told them to, if he wasn't gonna stand, then to just stay in the locker room before and not come out until the game starts. I feel like, yes, there should be something done, and that they should stay in the locker room before, if they're not gonna stand, then rather than kneeling. Alex?
Have there been white Americans kneeling?
Yes,
during
there
this
has
time?
been a few. Not very many, but there has been a few.
Is this to support their like African American friends or?
Well, they stand for the same reasons as the black people do. African Americans, sorry. They're kneeling for the same reasons, because they stand against the problems going on. Andrew?
So the players that kneel, does the coach like not let them play or do anything to them?
Nope. They have an option to stand or kneel during the national anthem, and playing NFL football is their job, and so their coach isn't gonna not play them because they're a starter and because they didn't kneel during the national anthem. Alex?
If they decided to not let them play, is it against their contract?
Sorry?
Is it against their contract with the players to not let them play based on like keeping them back for not kneeling during the national anthem?
So is it,
Could they decide to just quit the team because they feel their contract has been violated?
yeah, but, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and give Mark a round of applause. Thank you very much, Mark. And if I could have